Well, at least with the fish tank on, I have a place to set all my stuff that I'm working on, and I have a little area to place some other stuff that I need. And of course, here's 5 gallons of what of the original salt water that was in the tank. I have my pump in there circulating the water to help keep it not going stagnant. That's pretty much it for here. I mean, I'm gonna be working on this very shortly. Alright, so the aircraft is now coming along slowly but surely. And as you can tell, I added little sections on finally. I'm now in the process of adding reinforcements to key areas, finishing up little areas that need to be fixed. I did have one little area where it was where for some reason or another the 3D model didn't exactly render out properly, so I got some overlapping right here. Basically, if I went this way, or I mean, if I actually did it the way the computer thought it should go, it will make an ugly mountain ridge-like thing, and it won't be flat like this. I messaged the modeler about this. Hopefully he can fix this because it's the same problem in both this version and the Mikamo variant. So I don't know if he'll be able to fix it, but hopefully he will. So what am I doing now? Well, I'm now in the process of figuring out where I want to place the amplifier system. So right here I had the little base plate, well, a little back plate that came off that little Bluetooth speaker right there. This little plastic piece that has all the little cutouts for the aux, power, and whatnot. And I'm going to actually place this whole thing right here. It's not exactly where I wanted it because I kind of wanted it actually like right here. But if it's right here, it'll still work just fine. But yeah, this little base plate here is actually what I'm going to be using to actually support the motherboard in the actual aircraft. Because normally whenever I build these things, I just cut holes directly into directly into the paper without any little back plate like this, and I just hot glue the whole thing in there. This time I'm actually going to use the back plate the little thing came with to actually get this thing a little bit more support. And also I can build upon this back plate to reinforce this whole area right here. So I'll come back when I get all the amplifier and whatnot set in place, and I get my iPad jailbroken because there's finally a jailbreak for these first generation iPads that are running 9.3.5. Alright, so I even made a small little template of the base plate. And I really don't know if you can see it or not again. And these are little holes I'm going to cut out to where I can actually have all the little ports charging, on-off switch, power indicating, and the aux and whatnot. I'm going to also try and make it to where I can actually remove the battery and put a new one in there for like whatever reason, because this thing is only using one cell. It's only 1,000 something milliamps. So I don't know how long it's going to last. It could probably last the whole day, but I want to have the ability to remove the battery just in case to replace it with another good working lithium. And I also got my iPad jailbroken. It crashed a few times, but it's working more or less. I'll give it about a day or so for the developers to update their software for this thing and see what's happening. But yeah, it's jailbroken. Oh yeah, and the main reason why I jailbroke this thing is so I can downgrade it to a more stable OS, because the current OS on this thing is pretty unstable. I want to once again stop and take a moment to actually admire the amount of details on this, just on the rudder itself. The details on this rudder are so beautiful. Especially considering, like I keep stating, all custom textures. This looks a lot more better than my itty bitty variant right here. If I can get it to autofocus properly. I mean, it does. I mean, on a little one it looks good, but this one's so much more brighter than this dull gold compared to this very bright gold. But yeah, I just can't stop taking a look at this thing every now and then, just admire the details on the textures. But there's one more thing I want to talk about. Like I was saying, this iPad has a very wonky, unstable OS. Watch what happens when I try to clear stuff. You see this? You see this happening? That's not my camera. That's the iPad doing this. And when it's doing stuff like that, if I press the home button and try to do anything, it doesn't do diddly squat. And no, this isn't because I have this thing jailbroken. This OS is so ungodly buggy. Okay, well, that said, I'm going to stop this video here because I do not want to turn this build log into a Apple shitty iPad OS. So I'm going to come back when I get this attached to the aircraft. And probably I'll just reset this stupid thing again since it's broken. Alright, so I am back. I've now reinforced everything. I've actually decided just to leave the lithium battery inside here because this is just the one for me to figure out how exactly to build everything. And I'm pretty sure this battery's going to last for a good long time. So, I mean, it's pretty simplistic, and of course I have a few little bracers on the motherboard here, that way so I can stop it from moving when I plug in the charging cable, turn it on and off, or plug in the auxiliary. But one thing I definitely learned is that I don't know if it's either the LEDs getting too much power or what, but I had to redo all these LEDs. These 4 LEDs in here are brand new. So I did custom wiring for each and every LED, and then just did a bundle right into this one main wire right here. And it seems like all the LEDs are in working order now, so I have no idea what happened. Hopefully it was just a one-time thing and I won't have to worry about it ever again. But now I'm going to be very cautious of how I solder my LEDs. And also, this is 21 sheets worth of paper just to finish off the back half of the aircraft. So it may look like a lot, and it'll probably take me at least 3 hours to build everything out. Hopefully it's not going to take any longer than that, but I will see. Alright, so the first few sections of this video were recorded off my iPhone. This last section here is recorded off my S7, so the quality is going to go down significantly because it's Android, and the cameras on Android really aren't the best at low light. So with that said, as you can tell, I finished off the back end of the Draken 3. Well, not completely, there's still bits and pieces missing, but I got more or less formed. I got the rudder on. I have the little winglet right here. And what happened here is that all 4 LEDs died. I don't know if I actually stated this in the previous part of this video, I don't remember. But these 4 LEDs, but one of the LEDs died, and then I just decided to rip all out and then place 4 new ones in there, give each and every LED its own little wires, plus and minus wires, and then just combined all the positive and negative wires into one and just have it go to here. So far everything's going just fine. I'm hoping the LED that I gave out was just a one-time thing, and hopefully I won't have to repair it anymore. But let's see, how am I going to lift this thing? As you can tell, underneath, here's the underside. I have wooden bracings I'm going to eventually add supports in. And of course, here's the inside here. And of course, I have some extra, basically what you have a Y harness, but instead of it being for an RC aircraft, it's for LEDs. So, time to find a song I won't get false flagged for. I'm gonna play one of the Nico Power songs again. At least I know that song, I'll be fine. Give me a second. As you can tell, the LEDs do get pretty freaking bright. Though I'm kind of thinking of actually adding a transformer inside this thing. That way, so I can actually put this thing at low, and the LEDs still don't get as bright, and the LEDs won't get as bright. Because even at this, the LEDs are pretty freaking bright. So if I add LED, so if I do add a transformer in here, it will be to help with the LEDs and getting them to be the right brightness at a certain volume and whatnot. But like I said, the thing's coming along just fine, and now I gotta eat.